Hey everyone, I'm Molly Wood. Welcome to the CNET Mailbag, the show where we take your feedback and answer your questions about the stuff we're doing here at CNET. Let's get right into your emails, shall we? First up, I have a little update for you on our HD encoding and Apple TV. A lot of you wrote in when we went to HD and you said you couldn't watch the downloaded HD video on Apple TV. I wanted to let you know that it's fixed. But in fixing the problem, we did have to lower our high standards just a little bit. The problem was that Apple TV only supports video up to 24 frames per second, and our video was encoded at 30 frames per second. So we made it look worse so that you could watch it on your Apple TVs. Maybe you could email Apple, though, and tell them to step it up a little bit. All right, now on to this week's burning question. Deepak and many others wrote in to say this. I love CNET TV and everyone's shows there. You guys rock. One concern, though, is that iPhone.cnet.com needs a major facelift, and I often find a lot of latest videos unplayable and the individual section unupdated. I don't know if it is just me, but it would be great if you can get a new application on the iPhone and also make sure it's updated on the go. And others wrote in to say that the last Buzz report on iPhone.cnet.com is over a month old. And tons of you wrote in to say that you hate it and you want it to be better, and I get it. I get the message. And I've been talking to the one guy who created it in his spare time to see if he can, find some more time to improve it. And I also hear rumors that CBS Interactive is working on an iPhone app, trying to get a little more information about that. I will find out, and I will let you all know next week, because I know I want it to be cool too. A little correction now for Mark in Australia, who wrote last week about whether he should buy a TiVo to get our CNET TiVo show. Ella Morton of CNET Australia wrote in and said, just got to tell you one thing before your Aussie fan shells out the 700 clams for a TiVo. Downloadable content is not yet available. Our TiVos were launched in July with severely hobbled features and will only record free-to-air channels. We've been denied a heap of things, including recording from cable channels, the 30-second skip, and TiVo to go, at least for now. Bogus. At the moment, the broadband connection is only used to download EPGs, but downloadable video is supposed to be arriving in the next few months. So CNET content should become available, but it might not be until 2009. Hopefully the Mailbag devotees can hold out until then. Thank you, Ella. And also, that is intensely lame. And to all of you Aussies, I am really sorry. Wow, that is no way to live. A little note from Tommy who says, memo to Brian Tong, please keep your shirt on while doing prize fight shows. Thanks. Oh, Tommy, I think some folks would disagree with you on that one, but I'll pass it along. Next up, AP wrote in and said, I'm only 14, but I like this show a lot. I do have 3 questions, though. 1, is there any way to request videos on a product that has been out but no video made on it, like the Nokia N93i? 2, does CNET offer internships? I would really like to work there. 3, why does Kent German look serious all the time? Thanks again, and keep up the great work. AP, here are your answers. 1, you can request a video. Sure, I'll talk to some people. 2, we do offer internships, but I think you might be too young. But next time we're looking, I'll let you know. And keep an eye on Craigslist. 3, why is Kent German so serious all the time? Because cell phone reviewing is serious business. MP3 players, not so much. That's why Donald Bell looks so happy all the time. You'll learn this stuff once you come work here. Moving right along, Mando says, Dear Molly, cool hostess Woods. My friend wanted to buy a smartphone, so he asked me, what's the best and coolest smartphone out there? I assured him that the iPhone 3G is the best smartphone out there, so I went on to CNET and navigated to cell phones, best smartphone, and guess what? No iPhone on the list. What the hell is going on with CNET? I demand you put the iPhone on the list, now. P.S. I didn't check my spelling nor my grammar. Well, Mando, I asked Bonnie Cha why the iPhone 3G isn't on the best smartphone list, and she said what I thought she'd say, which is that the iPhone 3G is not one of the best 5 smartphones. Its email options are limited, and its corporate security is weak. It's just not ready for business time as much as the other phones on the list. But it is the top of the list for best MP3 phones and best AT&T phones. It's not like we hate it. We just understand its limitations. That's our job. P.S. You should really check your spelling and grammar. Dear Molly Wood, I really love your show and Brian Cooley's car tech videos. They're fun. But where is he in the coverage of the 2008 Paris Auto Show? Was your boss too cheap to buy him a flight to Paris, or does he just not like France? Anyway, would have been great to see him actually being there and not just reading out press statements to other folks' video materials. Greetings from Germany, Thaddeus. Well, Thaddeus, it is kind of a down economy right now, and yeah, Our boss was kind of too cheap to send him to Paris. And also, I think he doesn't really like France. But we did send our camera guy, Jim. And that's it for this week, everyone. Keep that feedback coming. Mailbag at CNET.com or send me a postcard, 235 2nd Street, San Francisco, California, 94105. See you next week.